And here we are, folks. Welcome back to another video. Now, you've seen the title. It's not clickbait. I have actually been scammed. I'm not making this video because I want anyone to feel sorry for me or anything like that. I should have done my own due diligence. It's my own fault. And I just want to put it out there so no one else falls for the same trap. So basically, what had happened was, if you watched Saturday's video, you see I'm in the process of doing my games room or whatever. I want a sofa bed to be precise, because you would have seen I've smashed my bed up and I need something to sleep on. I've got a black sofa. Well, I did have a black sofa. It was the old two-seater I used to have in the games room. But I want a sofa bed. So I'm browsing on Facebook and this advert pops up. I will show the advert here. I'll change the music because I'll get copyrighted, but this is the advert I saw. So I thought, great, that looks ideal. It's not amazing, but everything I'm thinking of, this is only temporary until we go to the new house, so it'll do for now. Last me a couple of months, great, I'll do the job. It's cheap enough, I'll order one. So I clicked order and ordered it. I then get a notification through my shop app to say order's confirmed and they're going to let me know when it's being dispatched. Great. Should be delivered within 3 to 7 days or 5 to 7 days, one or the other. Regardless, it's about a week. So I thought, right, that's going to take a week. I'm going to list my black sofa on Facebook Marketplace and my little recliner chair, the one I use for gaming. I'm going to list them because they could take a few days to sell if they sell at all. Lo and behold, 2 days have gone by at this point. I then listed them. The sofa sold the same day. Someone wanted it, so I went and dropped that. I listed them on the Saturday. I went and dropped that off to them on the Sunday, so that sold. That was great. The following day, my gaming chair sold. Well, my recliner. So I'm sat there now thinking, I don't have a sofa. This is great. I check my shop app. It says order is being prepared. So I'm like, well, it's moving slightly. So for the next couple of days, I'm using my son's gaming chair to game on. Not very comfortable, and I'm getting slightly annoyed with it. So I just emailed the company Sofold, any updates with this order, just so I know when to expect it. I had no reply. Right, so okay, whatever, I'll give them a couple of days. 3 or 4 days go by now, so I'm like, right, still got nothing to sit on. Here's a photo of me. I email them again, any updates? No reply. I'm like, well, this is a nightmare, man. So I went back to the original post, read the comments again, because I read them first time round. Great sofa, the comfiest sofa I ever had, super fast delivery and all this jargon, all these different comments. I'm like, well, they seem happy. So I just put on there anyway. I've been waiting over a week for this product. I think it was about 10 days at this point. I've emailed them twice. I've not had a reply. Someone get back to me, and then I thought, do you know what, I'll go one step further and I'll private message them on Facebook, which I did. No one even read that message, so I'm thinking this ain't great. Like, there's something right here. So I actually went onto their Facebook page and I read the reviews. Here are some of the reviews. So they're basically charging people for products and they're not sending them out. They're keeping the money. Some people, they're using their card details again and multiple charging them. One guy got charged 225 quid like 3 times. Obviously, I've been charged for this sofa and I'm like, shit, I'm in deep trouble now. Well, not deep trouble, but I've been scammed out of money, haven't I? Let's be honest. It's not a great feeling. So what I did, luckily, I paid on my credit card. Any company I don't know, I always pay on my credit card. And then when things are like sound, I know the sound or the product arrives, I just pay that straight off my credit card. Then I pay the balance. So luckily, I'd paid this on my credit card. So I phoned the credit card company. I said, can you just cancel my card just in case they take recurring payments? And it turns out they've set up a subscription. I don't know how often it would have gone out, but they had set up a subscription on my account. So I'm glad I've done that. They cancelled my card. They are sending me a new card. And they said, as it's fraud, I should be able to get a refund. Haven't heard anything yet, but fingers crossed I will. If I don't, it's my own fault. I'm a dimwit. Like I said, I should have done my due diligence. I should have read these reviews on the page firsthand. I should have Googled the company, checked company's house, etc., or whatever country they're in version is. I didn't. So I just want to put this out there. If you see this advert by SoFold and they're offering these sofas or chairs for really good prices, they are a con. Do not do it. They will take your card details. They will reuse them and set up subscriptions. So that is my story there. I have since... So this all happened, I think it was like, I don't know, a Thursday or something like that, or a Friday. No, it couldn't have been a Friday, it was midweek. So I have then quickly gone out the marketplace, found a sofa, the cheapest one I could find. Doesn't look the best, I'm not going to lie, but it'll do the job for now. It's a sofa bed. You'll see it in the game room tour on Saturday, so I'm going to get that filmed now and show you what it's looking like. I'm pretty happy with it, if I'm honest. A few little things I will change as I go along, but nothing major. The drastic work's done. But you'll see that sofa there anyway. But yeah, it was a panic buy. Just bought it, so I got something. So that's my little scam story. But also, retro collection I missed out on. I filmed this. This was last weekend. I filmed all the events while I was there and whatever. So I'm not going to explain it. I'll just show you the footage of that, and I'll see you in a sec. So I had a tip off last night off one of the lads in work. So shout out to James, you know who you are. He sent me a text. He said, are any of these any good to you? And it's our local recycling centre. They got like a little shop where they sell good stuff. You know, if it's too good to throw out, they'll sell it and put the money to charity. Well, there was probably, I don't know, 10 to 15 Mega Drive games and, I want to say 30 or 40 Atari games. I'll put the photos up here. Loads of them. So I've had a look and there are some heavy hitters, especially on the... I don't know much about Atari. I checked the Facebook post. Some guy said, I'll give you 200 for everything. No reply. Someone else said, I'll pay asking price for everything. So chances are there's going to be a lot of competition for this. I know that. But I woke up this morning and I just couldn't leave it. And another reason is, I don't know if you remember, but in a previous video, a collector's edition I want. Sub-Zero edition of Mortal Kombat 11. It's got his bust, his mask bust. It's about £600 on eBay. Well, it's 230 in CX. It's never in stock. It's come into stock. I've had a notification. It's in stock. It's £230. I don't have £230 right now. However, there's two games I want to pick. I don't want to pick the whole lot up. I'm not going to be greedy, but there's two I'm looking for. If I go here, they've got Castlevania New Generations. It sells for £190 in CX. I can trade that in for a £142 voucher. And Ghosts and Goblins. Now that sells for 50. I can trade that in for 33. So I'll be looking at around £175 in vouchers. They want £15 each for these games. So if I spend 30 quid, I get £175 back. I'm £145 in profit. That is a vast majority of that collector's edition paid for. So that's the only reason I'm going. I'm on my way there now. They open at 9:30. It's currently 8:45. I'm going to get there early before they open. Hopefully I'll beat the other guys here. I doubt it very much. This was posted yesterday. Might well have all been gone anyway. They might have put the post up and they was gone straight away. But I'm making my way there. You know, you got to take these chances sometimes. If not, I'll just have to wait for that Mortal Kombat 11. If it sells, it sells. I'll just have to wait till it comes in stock again. It's just that kind of thing doesn't come into stock that often. And I just physically don't have the cash to buy it right now. So it's right at the end of the month before payday, so money's tight. Always is when you get paid monthly. I'm sure some of you understand. But yeah, let's see if we can go pick these two games up. They even got like Quackshot and Speedball. There's a few good ones here, but it's those two I'm after. Wish me luck, folks. Right, so I've got here and I've been beaten to the post, so shout out to this eBay shop. The guy's name's Richie and it is Retro Treasures Trove. Go check him out on eBay. He's beat me here. He's getting the games, unfortunately, but if you go check out his eBay shop, I'm gonna have a look as well, see what's up for sale. He's also got a Facebook page where he does raffles and stuff for games, so well worth checking that out. But I'm gonna hang on anyway. I just want to see the games, get a bit of footage and show you all what I missed out on.
Good, you?
Yeah, I'll have them all, I will live.
Castlevania's gone.
It's on the list. And the goose strawberries.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 on the list, love. It's not there.
I don't know. Perhaps they've sold. No, it's fine. Come in.
What does that mean, 39 to 15?
Maybe that's what they found it, is it? Well, that's what they sold it for.
And there, is it? Them two, and then 2 I wanted.
Yeah.
I'm just going to buy a few now.
Pitfall. Well, as you can see, that was a turnout for the box. Let me just get in the car and we'll have a little chat. So, what had happened? Richie had got here first, obviously. He said he'd seen the woman coming in. He said to her, look, I'm here for games. Can you put them all to one side? She said, no problem. That's where I knew I was beat. He had them. It's his job at the end of the day. That's his full-time income. We've both finally got in. We had a chat and got chatting about games and what we collect and all that. I said, well, do you mind if I pop in anyway just to see the games and video them and whatever? And he's like, no, crack on, mate. So that's what I've done. Castlevania and Ghosts and Goblins had gone anyway. So one of the staff members must have had that, because this was posted late yesterday afternoon, just as it was closing. So obviously someone's had them overnight. So none of us are winners on this one, unfortunately. But it is what it is, the aim of the game. I had a feeling they'd be gone, but it was always worth checking out, wasn't it? So yeah, don't forget, check out Richie's shop. He did say maybe we could do some videos together, because he goes around the whole country. He said he's just come back from Skegness to buy a bundle of games and things. So he said maybe we could do a video together and you could film it for your channel, or like hunting around and stuff. So that might be on the cards. I've got his contact details now, so maybe you might see Richie and me on a little road trip somewhere looking for some games. But yeah, unfortunately didn't get it this time, so I'll catch you all in a little bit. So there we are. I've gutted with that, absolutely gutted. Obviously Richard beat me there first anyway, so I knew I missed out. And I'm not one of those guys you see at the car boots who will fight over games. If you're there first, you're there first. I really couldn't care. It's his job at the end of the day, it's not mine. But yeah, how cool would it have been to get Castlevania New Generations for 15 quid and Ghosts and Goblins? But never mind. Bit gutting, but it is what it is. So yeah. But I have since spoke to Richard, and do you remember I sold off a lot of my collection? Well, I had a lot of PS1 games left over. So I had a chat with him, see if he's interested. He said yes, so I have met up with him since. He purchased what I had remaining, and he bought the Castlevania Symphony of the Night Special Edition, the one I wanted to get rid of. Bought that off me as well. So that is money going into the game fund. That's 75 quid going into the game fund. I have also, because I'm not going to lie to you, at this moment in time, the game fund is 0. I have blitzed the game fund. I did say I had like £200 odd left. I bought the village thing out of it. And then I've obviously done the room out, sofas and all this. I've used the game fund, it's gone. But 75 quid off Richard to go back in. And I've sold a few bits on Vinted. I listed my Resident Evil 2 Steelbook because I have a double. I listed the Disney collection on PS4 because I bought the double of that. That hasn't sold yet. There was a DS game. There was a PS3 game, like a Steelbook. That is just sold today. and Pokemon strategy guides. Because if you remember, I bought every single Pokemon game. I bought the full set. I collected them over a few months. And then I was going to get every strategy guide for every game. So I would have every Pokemon game and every strategy guide. Got rid of the Pokemon collection, but I still have the strategy guides here. Didn't have loads. I had about 6 or 8, I think. So I've listed those. A couple of those I've sold. I think cleared at the minute on Vinted. I got 20 quid. But there's 60 odd quid pending. So that's another 80 quid to the game fund. So we'll be back up to 150 quid in the game fund. I want to thank you all for your comments on the last video as well. Means a lot. Like I said, I don't want it just to be pickups, and that's the only reason you're here. Obviously, it's cool. It's nice to see cool stuff, but it would be nice if you're here for the journey, regardless of what we talk about or what we do. And a lot of you said you was, so I appreciate that. You've given me some video ideas as well. Someone mentioned that maybe I should just buy games out of the game fund money. So, you know, if there's no money in the game fund, I can't buy games, which I think I'm going to try and adopt. I'm going to slip from time to time, but I think now and then isn't that bad. It's just when you're constantly hammering it, it does catch up with you. But yeah, I'm going to try and build that game fund up a bit. Obviously, I'll have payments off YouTube and stuff. I got a big one coming. Well, big one for me. It's £137, I believe, is I'll be getting the end of this month. Basically, if I usually get about 50 quid a month. So February I had 55. Didn't hit the £60 threshold, so that they hold on to that. But in March, I actually earned £81 on YouTube. I had a good few videos that done all right on views. So it's 130 odd quid, which will go into the game fund as well. So we'll be sitting pretty. We'll be about 250, maybe £300 in the game fund again, which is nice. And I think going forward, I'm going to try and stick to just the game fund for purchases. And other people who mentioned I should do reviews and reaction videos, I will have a go. I'm not going to be brilliant, I'm not going to lie. I'm not the most well-spoken of persons. I don't write scripts or anything. Everything's off the top of my head. So I'll try my best. But yeah, I'm going to try and do a few reviews as well. And having said that, I have got a few pickups. I will show you what I got. Some of these was really cheap, hence why I got them. So anyway, the first game I got was Black Sad on the PS5. I was eyeing this up probably a year and a half ago. It was on the Switch, and I was like, I'm going to get that on the Switch. But I sold my Switch, so I never got around to it. And then I saw they did a PS4 version. So I've always been toying with the idea. I'm going to get that at some point. I noticed they do a PS5 version, £10 off eBay, bargain, so I grabbed it. I then picked up the Tomb Raider Remastered Collection. The reason I got this is I don't own it, and I ordered the special edition. Do you remember I pre-ordered it and they took so bloody long I cancelled it. So I never actually got round to this. It was on sale on Amazon for 13 quid. I couldn't leave it there for that. I did unseal it because Rob thought there might be cards in there, but it's not. It's a 20% discount thing or whatever. But I don't care if it's sealed or not. But 13 quid, happy days. And then I picked up Plucky Squire. I've been meaning to get this for ages. As soon as they said they was releasing a physical, I played this on the PlayStation Plus for free. I absolutely loved the game. I saw they released it. They brought out like the deluxe edition, which is this one. It comes with an art book and other bits and bobs, as you would expect with the deluxe editions. Let's just open this up. So you get the game, obviously. You've got the soundtrack, physical soundtrack, and an art book. Reason I bought this, it was cheap again. So when this released, it was 45 quid. The standard game was 30, and I was like, I'll get them one day. Yeah, like I said, a few games were cheap on Amazon. 35 quid for this, which I think is a steal for the deluxe edition. I've got a bit of a soft spot for these kinds of things at the moment. If you haven't noticed, a lot of games I'm picking up now, if there's a big box version, I'm picking up that variant up. For instance, I've pre-ordered Soul Reaver collection and Power Rangers Rewind. 30 quid for a standard game, 45 for the deluxe with a art book and stuff. I'm paying the extra 15. I just think it's 15 quid, do you know what I mean? So that's that. And then Game had a sale. They did, didn't they? So I got Endless Dungeon, another big box. I've been looking at this. I don't know anything about the game. It was on my Vinted, and I seen it, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. It was a tenner. I was going to get it. £3 in Game. You couldn't leave it there for £3. You get loads of cool stuff with it. Yeah, £3. Bargain. I then picked up a couple of other games. I got Super Bomberman 2. I used to love Bomberman. This was in the sale, £15. Scars Above, £10. And Dark, £5. This was another game I was eyeing up on the Switch. It's like the artwork kind of style I really like. It always reminds me of like Tim Burton-esque and stuff like that. I love all that kind of stuff. Disc is loose in there. But yeah, I was eyeing that up on the Switch a few years back, and now I got the PS5 for £5. Do you know what I mean? Can't go wrong. But probably the deal of it all was this Doom Anthology. £25 this was, and I know this has gone crazy. I think every man and his dog has bought one of these. You get all 6 Doom games, collector's edition with the BFG. It's quite small. It's smaller than I thought it would be, to be honest, but it means I'm going to be able to display it. It's shorter than a game. I can put that on the game shelf with all the games, which is great. But £25, no brainer. I know I should be saving money, but this is my last little splurge now. Obviously, I said about me getting paid and stuff. I'll get paid. This is going out Tuesday. I'm actually paid the day this is going out. And then it is head on. Try not to buy too much shit. Unless it's a super bargain. Like, I think these are super bargains. You can't turn them down, because once they're gone, and you won't get them that cheap again. So, yeah, super bargains. Or it's going to be out the game fund. And the last thing I bought was Mutants Unleashed Collector's Edition. This was £220 and it was reduced to 43. What a deal. What a deal. I love the TMNTs. I'm not going to say I'm a fan of the game because I've never played it. I don't really like the art style of this. But for everything you get in here, for £43 is absolutely insane. I actually bought 2 and listed one on eBay. So hopefully, because they go in for around £150 to £200 on eBay. So I've listed mine £100. If that sells, it'll pay for both of them and some of the other stuff. So fingers crossed. And today was delivery day, a pre-order. And that is the Last of Us controller. Now, I don't really like the look of this controller, if I'm honest. When they announced it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I like the look of that. And I still don't know if I do. But it's The Last of Us, isn't it? It's a very popular game series. I love The Last of Us. Obviously not as much as Resident Evil and things, but I do adore The Last of Us. Trying to bloody open this now. So I had to get it. You know I got a soft spot for controllers. It doesn't look as nice as the other ones, I'm not going to lie. But I haven't actually opened it yet, so I don't know what it looks like in person. But yeah, this was a pre-order, obviously. To be honest, in your hand, that's quite nice. It's got a bit of a glisten to it and stuff. It's not that bad. Oh, and I really like that. That is cool. Like I said, it's not my favourite controller, but I collect controllers, don't I? Do you know what I mean? I collect the special editions. There's a few, like, I haven't got the Fortnite one. Didn't like it. And I'm not a big Fortnite fan. I didn't get the Helldivers one. Kind of wishing I had. Maybe I'll pick that up at some point, because that is a nice controller. I just don't have any love for the game. So I just haven't got it because I've never played the game. But it is a nice looking controller. I would love to get the LeBron James one at some point, but they are crazy money. But The Last of Us, not a massive fan of the controller itself. Kind of like the Fortnite one, but I love the game, so I had to have it. So that is that, folks. I got to find somewhere for all this stuff to go again. But I've got a lot more room nowadays. Now I've moved this room around. I can't wait to show you all. But yeah, that is going to be my last like splurge for a while. I might pick up the odd game for £10 here or whatever, but I'm not going to go crazy. I do need to rein it in. I do have the game fund, but like I said, it would be nice to build that up a bit for July. I'll keep you posted with it all anyway, as I always do. But I will see you all on Saturday, because Saturday, fingers crossed, I'm going to try and get it all filmed. And I'll show you how the games room is looking now. And you can let me know what you think of it. So until that time, as always, stay safe and game on.
Big respect to the gamer, name of Wayne. In his world PlayStation, Wayne's the same. And he's got love for the levels, high score or not. But for now, he'll show you why his collection's hot. Wayne's World! Game set!